Okay, so lecture 2 is about exact differential equation. Then this is also in the first ordered DE. Okay, so kumbaga dy over dx lang. Dili ta maabot og d squared y or the second derivative of y with respect to x. So mo na ipasabot sa first order DE. Okay. So, prerequisite before we begin with the main topic. So, naay tulo ka prerequisites. First is the partial differentiation kani. So, familiar naman tayo di ba? Naagyan naman nato ni sa calculus 1 or differential calculus. Second is total or exact differentiation. So, murag wala ata naabot diri pero ang concept niya is the same with the partial differentiation. Pero, naala siya yung formula, ang kaning total or exact differential, or total or exact differentiation. Okay, so, recall number 1, which is partial differentiation. Say, for example, we are given a function, example u is equals to xy, then nakabutang sa problem na we need to find the partial derivative of u with respect to x and also the partial derivative of u with respect to y. So kani ang solution niya based on this given equation, ato lang i-differentiate ang xy with respect to x. So this means that any variable other than x will be considered as a constant. So therefore, y here is now considered as one of the constants because we are only differentiating respect to x. So ang pwede lang nato ma-differentiate diri kay kaning x. So the derivative of x with respect to x is just 1. Therefore, mabilin ang y, which is again considered as a constant. So therefore, the derivative of u with respect to x is just y. Okay? Then for this one, the derivative of u is xy with respect to y is equals to, so we are going to let other variables that are not y to become a constant. So therefore therefore x here is considered as one of the constants. So ang ato lang i-differentiate ani kay kaning y. So the derivative of y with respect to y is just 1, then multiplied by the constant, which is x. So inana ang partial differentiation. Ang total differentiation is somewhat similar with the partial differentiation, pero lalay formula para itong ingon ako ganiya. Okay? Okay, so next, the last prerequisite is partial integration. Naay partial integration because ang ihatag, di ba sa DE, ang ihatag na problems kay derivatives or differentials, di ba? So para makuha ang solution, kailangan nato og integration na process. So therefore, needed ang partial integration. So kumbaga, atuang i-reverse ang process sa partial differentiation. Okay? Okay, so example of number 2, which is total or exact differentiation. Nakaingon diri differentiate the function below, which is this one. So for example, ang function na gihatag is u is equals to f of x and y. So f of x and y is a function of x and y. So pwede na siya example. F of y can be para itong example niya, or e raised to y sin x. Anything na naga involve og variables x and y, mo na ang pasabot niya. Okay? So next diri ana. So mo ni ang formula sa finding the total differential of u kani. So the formula is kani du is equals to the partial derivative of u with respect to x multiplied by dx plus the partial derivative of u with respect to y multiplied by dy. So this is the formula. So if we are going to solve this, we will come up with this derivative. So then also this will become this derivative. So where the partial derivative of u kani with respect to x is equal to kani. So kumbaga ang m of x and y, so m of x and y masabasawatan na ang m contains either x both the variables x and y. Okay? So diri amo ni ang derivative sa u with respect to x. Okay? Then the partial derivative of u with respect to y is just n of x and y. So n also contains variables of x and y. Okay? So inani na siya para murag kumbaga ato lang i-reverse ang process, di ba? Nagsugod ta sa walay derivatives kani so di ba nasugod ta sa walay derivatives unya naabot ta sa naay derivatives naabot ta sa naay derivatives kana. So di ba ito mag-consider na derivative ni ug kaning m diri then also napod siya differential dx and dy. So di ba kung sa DE para itong ingon og ganiya magsugod ta sa kanina problem, tagan ta og differential equation or kanang differential equation, di ba naay derivatives or naay differential. Tapos pangitaon na to kumbaga ang solution. So mao ni atong i-consider na solution. Pero di ba pag mag-integrate ta og isa ka butang magdungag ta og plus c. So therefore ang u na to diri kani maduwagan na siya og or ma-equate na siya into c. So murag gi-plus c na to ang u. Di ba pag nanaman pag integral. So na ang arrow ani kay murag ato lang pasabot sa arrow nag-indicate na atong gi-reverse ang process. So kumbaga di ba tagaan tag DE makuha na to ang solution kung i-reverse na to ni na process kani tanan diri. Okay? So ana lang ka simple yang concept. Okay, so example. So dili ang kanang example sa boss, this is an example of a total differentiation. So for example, we now have a real value of u, dili lang siya f of x kini diri sa taas. So kanina na siya values which is 2x squared y cubed. Pero remember kanina or take note that this example is not solving the solution of a differential equation because this is not a differential equation. So we are solving what we are solving here is the derivative of u. Okay? So para klaro ta. Okay, so tagaan tag function na u is equals to 2x squared y cubed. And then dapat na ni u dira. Then following the formula above, which is kanina formula, so the derivative of u is equals to the partial derivative of u. Partial derivative of u, diba mama ang value sa u, kaning 2x squared y cubed. So with respect to x, then multiplied by dx, plus the partial derivative of u, which is with respect to y, then multiplied by dy. Okay? So, therefore, du is equals to ang partial derivative sa 2x squared y cubed with respect to x. So, sa kanina function, ang atong i-consider na constant kay kaning, syempre kaning 2, constant man na. And also kaning y cubed because we are only concerned with variables that is here, so which is x. So kanilang x squared ato ang i-integrate, i-derive. So therefore, 2x squared multiplied by y cubed, ang yang derivative is just 4x y cubed. Yeah, sumpay lang ang dx. Okay? The next is partial derivative of 2x squared y cubed with respect to y. So diri pod kani ang constant, then also kaning x squared ang constant pod. So ang y lang ato ang i-differentiate because y ang nasa ubos. Yan lang. So the derivative of that with respect to y is just this number or value right here. Then of course multiplied by dy. Okay? So kana siya ato na siyang i-reverse kay kani man ang ihatag pag mag-solve tag derivatives, diba? Then i-reverse na nato ang process. Okay, so manata sa example. So sugod na ta diri sa main topic. So an EDE or an exact differential equation can be written in the form ani ana. So kumbaga, kung magbalik ta sa example na kani, ang kaning m ato ang i-relate ha. Kaning m of x and y moning for xy cube. Then kaning n of x and y kay kaning 6x squared y squared. So unta klaro. Okay? So since we are going to integrate this or do something about this differential equation in order to have the solution, so diba ang solution is free of derivatives or differentials, so dapat i-integrate na to. And since mag-integrate man ta, dapat ang atong answer na ay plus c. So kaning u is equals to plus c. So this is the solution of an exact DE. Okay? Okay, so test for exactness. So we need to test first if the given differential, for example, kani ang given yan na siya real values of m and n, atuwa siya siyang i-test if exact ba siya na differential equation before na to siya i-solve gamit ang kanina process, diba? So ang pag-solve sa exactness or pag-test sa exactness kay kani, dapat kaning partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. If equal sila og value, therefore maka-conclude ta na exact ang atuang ginahandle na DE. If not, then that DE, that particular DE is a non-exact differential equation. So lahi na pod na pamaagi. Okay? So ato lang ha. So balik ta or atong i-summarize. So ato lang ning i-reverse ang process na nadiri for example kani i-reverse na nato na, and then an EDE can be written in this form. So for example number 1 kani mao na siya og kani the same. So ang m diri is kani, ang n diri kay kani. So m is always with dx, then n is always with dy. So keep that in mind. Okay? So tapos diri lang pasabot lang na lang plus c ta sa final solution of the DE. The next is test for exactness by using this equation. Okay? Okay, so let's proceed with the first example of finding the solution of a differential equation. So kani legit na jud ni murag mo na jud ni diri na jud mo na ni ang example or mo na ni ang kumbaga simulation sa, for example, mag-quiz ta or mag-exam. So inani ang mong gawas ng mga problems. Okay? Kani siya, simple lang na siya kay of course, para madali ta, then para mas madali masabtan. So syempre ang quiz sayon gyapon or lagi sayon lang gyapon. Okay? So first thing to do, if you are given a differential equation, itest na to ang exactness. So gamit ni na formula. So ato sa identify ang m. So ang m here is kani kauban sa dx. So 2x y minus 3x squared. Then ang n here is kauban sa dy, which is x squared plus 2y. Okay? The next is kanina na formula kani. So solve for the partial derivative of m with respect to y. Okay. So we are going to differentiate this with respect to y. So m man na mo na to i-differentiate. So with respect to y, so therefore kaning 2x diri may ma-consider ni siya as a constant. So copy ang constant and then derive ang y, so which is just 1. Then minus, since this whole value is considered as a constant, then remember, if we are going to differentiate a constant, we are going to end up with the value 0, di ba? Kung atong i-derive ang constant, 0 ang value. So therefore, ang answer ana kay kanilang 2x lang. Okay, so manata sa partial derivative of m with respect to y. Next is the partial derivative of n with respect to x. Okay, so we are remember now we are differentiating with respect to x na. So y or any other variable na dili x, kaya ito ay consider as a constant. Okay? So mo ni ang n, so mo na itong i-derive with respect to x. Okay? So kani ato na siyang i-derive because x man siya. So x squared, the derivative of x squared is just 2x. Then this whole value here is a constant. So 2 and y is a constant. So the derivative of a constant is 0. So therefore, ang answer lang is 2x. Okay. So since partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x, therefore this first example is an exact differential equation. Sana lang. Okay, so since this is an exact differential equation, so we already confirmed it by using the formula and testing for the exactness. We are going to proceed with solving or finding the solution using the reverse of this process. Okay, so the reverse of this process is we are going to find u, di ba? U, ganang u. So ato aning gamiton na formula kani o gani. So kumbaga ikaduha ta mag-solve sa u, pero with respect to x, then kadua with respect to y. Di ba? Kaya ato man siya, siyempre ato man siyang i-reverse. Di ba? Ganiya ang gigamit kay partial derivative karon partial integration ato ang gamiton. So kato na formula is partial derivative of u with respect to x is equal to m of x and y, or this is just m alone. So pwede siya m or pwede po siya x and y. It's up to you. Then gamit po ta tong partial derivative u respect to y, so katong kadua ato kani. Okay? Is equal to n of x and y, or just n. Okay, so sugod ta sa kanina part. So remember, we are solving for the value of u. So therefore, since nakasulod man siya sa integral, so atuwa lang siyang nakasulod siya sa sa derivative, so atuwa lang siya integrate para mawala ning diri a. Okay? Pero first, atuwa sang i-insert ang value sa m, and then sunod kay atuwa ning ibalhin diri a. Inana man ang integral. Okay? So copy. So m is 2xy minus 3x squared. Okay? So as is na sa niya, yan na. Next is katong ingon ako ibalhin ni diri a. Pag ibalhin ni diri a, kumbaga ato pwede ma-distribute ang dx, so dapat nani siya parenthesis unya. Okay? So this is now just partial derivative of u is equals to 2xy minus 3x squared, then with respect to x. Okay, so ato na siya integrate with respect to x. Kung unsay na diri a, mao ato ang kumbaga basis na variable. So partial derivative, the partial integral of this differential is just u, di ba? So kumbaga murag na cancel out na siya. Then diri a, we are going to perform partial integration with respect to x. So, makonsider ang y as a constant together with 2 sa first term. Okay? So, x. So, kanila nga ito ang i-integrate kaning x dira. So, the integral of x is just x squared. So, this is, so, ato wala na ipagawas ang 2y. So, 2y, then x squared over 2. Then, minus, ang constant dira is 3, minus 3. Then, integrate x squared. This is just x cubed over 3. Then, don't forget to add the constant of integration. Then, in this case, the constant of integration contains some value of y, di ba? Kay, ato, di ba, nga nakabutang siya, instead na c lang atong ibutang, which is constant lang, ato siyang ibutangan ng f of y, which is now considered the constant of integration, because we assume that y is a constant, di ba? So therefore, pag ato ang gi-appeal ang y as a constant, pasabot ana ang constant of integration naka-consist siya og some values of y, di ba? So mo na ni ang to sa simplify. So this is just x squared times y, then minus x cubed plus f of y, sorry. Okay. So nahuman na ta sa first na u. Ato na po mangitaon ning u dira. Okay. So ano na ako. So divider baga. Okay, so kanina. So with respect to y na punta. So copy partial derivative of u with respect to y. Then since wala pa man ang value sa n, ato asang insert. So n is just x squared plus 2y. Then balhin diri ibutangan og parenthesis. Okay? So this is just the partial derivative of u is equals to x squared plus 2y multiplied by this differential dy. The next is integrate both sides with respect to y na this time. So ang makonsider na constant diya kay kaning x. So this is just u. Then next is, since x squared is constant, ang ipadaplin, then kumbaga na siya invisible 1 diya. So ang integral sa constant or sa 1 is just y. Namadungag ang y diya. Plus 2 ang constant, ipadaplin. Then ato ang i-integrate ang y with respect to y. So this is just y squared over 2. Then this time, the constant of integration is or involves the variable x. So ato siyang ibutang na g of x, di ba? Kaya ato magi-consider ang x as a constant. Simplify x squared y plus y squared plus g of x. So nanatay first value sa u, then nanatay second value sa u. Pero kaning duha ka u, bisag lahi ang process sa lahi ang pag solve, di ba, with respect to x, kani with respect to y, the same lang gyapon na sila og values. The same sila og values pag makuha nato ang values sa f of y, then g of x. So the next step is to find the missing constants of integration, which is f of y and g of x. Okay, so itong butang diri na find f of y and g of x. So mapangita na to ang f of y and g of x gamit ang sa paggamit og comparison. So atong i-compare ang first na u sa second na u. So first, let's begin with f of y. So, di ba, anak ko ganyan na equal lang ni sila pag makuha na nato ang f of y, g of x. So later makita nato na. So since equal man sila, murag kumbaga ato equate ang kaning first na u sa second na u. Then ato lang i-check kung unsa ang ilahang differences. So for example, we are going to solve first the value of f of y, di ba? So kani first term is the same with the first term in the second u. So kumbaga ma-cancel out na siya. Then ang nabili na dili nila pareha, mo na ang value sa y, f of y, sorry. So mo na yung value. So therefore, ang kaning nabilin diri mo na ni ang value sa f of y, so which is y squared. Then remember, dapat na y lang ang iyahang na-involve na variable, wala sagol na x. Okay? Okay, so kadua, we're now going to solve for the value of g of x. So same lang yapon, so diri ta sugod na pod. So ato ang i-compare ang duha ka variables, duha ka u. So diri ta sugod. So kani, di ba, pareha ani. So kumbaga ma-cancel out na ni. Then kung unsay nabilin diri na u, mao na ang value sa g of x. So ang nabilin is negative x raised to 3. So therefore, g of x is just negative x raised to 3. So once again, dapat mag-involve na siya og variable na x. So kumbaga kung kani imong f of y diri naa siya'y kanang other variables na dili y, pasabutan na kay na mali sa imong pag-solve. Then same with this one. Dapat x na ni, dapat kani y lang na. Okay? So since we now have the values of f of y and g of x, we can substitute these values to this equation. Or pwede pod kanina value with this equation. Either way, we will come up with the same answer. Okay, so for example, kanito ang gipili niya, to ang gi-insert diri So ang value na sa u is just x squared y minus x cubed plus f of y is y squared. So mo na ni ang value sa u, di ba? Then if say for example we chose this, or we chose g of x, so insert lang ni na value. So therefore kaning u diri is just x squared y plus y squared plus g of x, which is negative x squared. So therefore minus x cubed. So minus x cubed na diya. So this one and this one is just the same, di ba? So kani naa siya x squared y, na po siya diri na po x squared y. Kanina ay negative x cube, kani diriya po na po negative x cube, and kani na y squared, diriya po na po y squared. So once again, depende na sa inyo kung unsa inyo ang gamiton, f of y ba or ang g of x. Okay, so since we now have the value of u, which is ako lang kopyaron sa kana, then since katong nasa solution sa taas, u is equals to c, therefore kaning value sa u ato lang siyang i-substitute diri na u. So therefore our final answer or the solution of that given differential equation is just x squared y minus x cubed plus y squared is equals to c. So mo na ni ang answer. Okay? Okay, so next example number 2. We have cosine 2y minus 3x squared y squared dx plus cosine 2y minus 2x sine 2y minus 2x cube y dy is equals to 0. Okay, so dapat i-test na to kung exact ba ni siya na differential equation. So by using, so di na lang ako sulat balik ang m. So mao na ang m, mao na ang m, then kanitanan mao ni ang n. For example, negative na siya ang nadra for example no, kana negative na siya, dapat i-distribute na to ang negative diri na dulo. Dapat dira kay di ba ang stock na or ang form sa differential equation positive man dapat, di ba? So kung naa siya negative dira, ay distribute lang sa value sa n para ma-appeal siya. Okay? Okay, so na natay value sa m ug n. So m is with dx, n is with dy. So next is katong formula. So partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to, so kani first cosine 2y so with respect to y man siya, so ato siyang differentiate, then ang derivative ana niya makuha na siya gamit ang chain rule. Kinamo siya inside na function, di ba? And then ang outside na function is is cosine 2y. So diretso na lang ako ni kay anyway kapila naman tanang balik-balik anang chain rule. So ang answer ani kay negative 2 sine 2y. Okay? So kung muna try og solve na kung ginsa na. Basta chain rule lang gamit. The next is, di ba, this whole value is considered as a constant because with respect to y man. So copy lang na, minus 3x squared, then the derivative of y squared, which is 2y. Multiply na siya. So simplify this, we are going to end up with negative 2 sine 2y minus 6x squared y. So we now have the value of the partial derivative of m with respect to y. Okay, next, dira na punta sa n. So partial derivative of n with respect to x is equal to first kani. So since this is a function of y, this is now considered as a constant, then derivative of a constant is just 0. Okay, next is term number 2. Y is sine 2y here is considered as the constant together with number 2. Okay, so ato lang i-differentiate kay kaning x dira. So copy 2 sine 2y, then the derivative of x is just 1. Okay, minus constant ang 2 ug y, differentiate this. So this is just 2y, then the derivative of x cubed is just 3x squared. Simplify, this is just negative 2 sine 2y, then minus 6x squared y. So so manata sa kani manapod ani. So since pareha man ang values nila, therefore this is an exact differential equation. So we can proceed now by using the methods mentioned above. Okay? So next thing to do, since this is an exact differential equation, we need to find the value of u. So find the value of u. So di ba duha man to ka buok? So let's begin with katong m. Then unya na tong kani. So unahan sa nato ni kani. Okay? So m, substitute the value of m. The value of m is cosine 2y minus 3x squared y squared. Then kani ibalin diri sa taas is now cosine of 2y minus 3x squared y squared, then multiplied by dx. Next is integrate both sides. So this is just u, then integrate by with respect to x, so constant ni tanan ina, so copy lang na, then butangan og x dire because nasa invisible 1, then the integral of 1 is just x. Okay, next is ang constant ani kay negative 3 o kaning y squared, so therefore we're just going to integrate x squared. So copy ang constant, then integrate x squared, which is x cubed over 3. Then of course, plus the constant of integration, which is f of y. Okay, so simplify. So u is now x cosine 2y minus, so makancel ni og kani, x cubed y squared plus f of y. Okay? So, mana ang u na first, kanina po ang ikaduha. Partial derivative of u with respect to y is equal to n. So, n here is cosine 2y minus 2x sine 2y minus 2x cubed y. Then, transfer ni diri by multiplying both sides by dy. So, this is now du is equals to cosine 2y minus 2x sine 2y minus 2x cubed y, then multiplied by dy. So integrate both sides with respect to y. Okay, so kani may mong u na lang ni, and kani since we are going to integrate with respect to y, so ato ang integrate ang cosine 2y. So ang pag-integrate ani is just usab lang man na. So sayon na. So ato lang idiretso ni. So answer ani kay 1/2 sine 1/2 sine 2y. So once again, this is just u sub or let u. Next, kanina term. So ang constant ani kay negative 2x, and then we are going to integrate sine 2y. Copy 2x, then integral of sine 2y is just negative cosine 2y over 2. Okay, then minus kani ang constant, then ang y ang integrate. So copy ang constant, integrate ang y, which is y squared over 2. Then real lang ang plus g of x. Okay, so u, simplifying u is just 1/2 sine 2y, cancel ni, then since negative multiplied by negative is positive, so positive na sign. So positive cosine 2, positive x na may x diri multiplied by cosine 2y. Then cancel ni. So this is just negative x cubed y squared, then of course plus g of x. Okay, so since we now have the values of y, next thing to do is find the value of f of y and g of x. Okay, so find f of y and g of x. Let's start with f of y. So once again, we compare the two values of y. So first, diri ata masugod sa first u kay naman diri ang f of y. Okay? So first term nabay kapareha sa second na u. So kani iyang kapareha. So cancel out. Next term kani nabay kapareha ni negative x cubed y squared. So naa diri So therefore, kani is just equal sa nabilin, which is kani 1/2 sine 2y. Then once again, dapat function of y alone. So kani tama na siya. Next is for finding the value of g of x. Okay. So diri na pud ta magsugod kanina pud na u. Kay naman diri ang g of x. So sugod ta diri kanina ba ni kapareha diri so wala, as is lang. Kani na ba ni kapareha diri sa u, so kanina so cancel out. Kani na ba ni kani na ba kapareha diri sa u, so kani yang kapareha, so cancel out. So since wala nabilin, pasabot ana, wala nabilin na dili pareha, pasabot ana ang value sa tong g of x is just 0. Ba kumbaga na-cancel out tanan, so ang nabilin 0 na lang. Okay? So since nakuha na nato ang g of x, so para sa kuha, ano man na, kung unsay mas simple, for example, g of x is simpler than f of y because g of x is just 0, then f of y na ay value. So kung unsa ang mas simple, so di ba kay g of x is simpler, so kani atong i-substitute diri di ba? Kay butangan na tong 0. Kumbaga mawala lang ang g of x nya, mao na ang answer. Di ba? So kana atong pilion. So u now is just kani di ba? Diri ta mag-focus u now is 1/2 sine 2y plus x cosine 2y minus x cubed y squared plus g of x, which is 0, so as is lang. So therefore, we now have the value of u without the arbitrary constants f of y and g of x. Okay. So next is since u is equal to c, therefore copy lang ning kani, copy lang ni tanan, and then equate sa c. Kani lang nya ito lang siya equate sa c, di ba? So kani u man kana, so ito lang i-substitute, then equate to c. So this is now the final answer or the solution to the given exact differential equation. Okay, let's proceed with the last example for exact differential equation. So we have this function multiplied by dx plus ln of 2x minus 2 plus 1 over y dy is equal to 0. Okay, so once again, we are going to check if this is in fact an exact differential equation. So this is m, then kanitanan is n, diba? Partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to, so mo na test test for exactness na formula. So mo na ang first step. So since mo man yang m, ato na siyang i-differentiate with respect to y. So kani siya tanan constant lang na siya. So kumbaga ang y lang ato ang i-differentiate. So mao mo na siyang multiplied by the derivative of y, which is 1. Okay? Then simplify, this is just 1 over x minus 1. Mao na ito ang m, partial derivative of m with respect to y. Next is for the partial derivative of n with respect to x. Mao man ang n, di ba? So sugod ta sa first na term. So this is done by using chain rule, di ba naman siya inside function, napon siya outside function. So ato asang i-differentiate ang inside ang outside function, which is kana nya, di ba ma-consider man siya as kumbaga murag u. So mura na siya og ln u. So ang derivative na niya is just 1 over u. So atong u kay kani, which is 2x minus 2. Okay? Then multiplied by the derivative of the inside function, which is kani. So the derivative of that function is just 2. Then plus second term 1 over y. Then we are differentiating with respect to x. So therefore 1 over y here is just constant. So dapat 0 na siya diya. Okay? Simplify this part. So now becomes 2 over 2x minus 2. So kung kanilang atong tanawon, diri lang ta kutob. Muna siya og dili equal, di ba? Pero pag ato pang i-simplify ni kani, mahimo na silang equal because this is just 2 over ma-factor out ang 2 x minus 1. Then cancel. This is just 1 over x minus 1. So kani og kani is equal. Therefore, this example is an exact DE. Okay. Next is find the value of u. So once again, duha ka buok, sugod ta sa m. Nya na po tong y. Dili na po ng y. Ay, ang n, sorry. Okay. So the value of m is kani. So y over x minus 1. Then move this to the right side of the equation. This is just partial derivative of u is equal to open parenthesis y over x minus 1 close parenthesis partial derivative of x or dx. Okay. So next is integrate both sides with respect to x. So this is just u. Then ang constant ani diri kay kaning y. So ato na ipadaplin. So y multiplied by the, so kumbaga kanino. So padaplin na tong y, integrate na to ang 1 over x minus 1 dx. Kana. So kani siya ang integral ani is just ln of x minus 1. Ba? Ato lang siya gimitan og let u, tapos mo na niya ang answer. Then of course, plus f of y. Simplify. This is just y multiplied by ln of x minus 1 plus f of y. So we are done with the first value of u. Next is for the second value of u. Copy. Then replace this with the real value of n, which is kani. So this is now ln of 2x minus 2 plus 1 over y. Then move this to this side of the equation. This is just ln of 2x minus 2 plus 1 over y multiplied by dy. Then next is integrate both sides with respect to y. So this is just u. Then since kanitanan is consider as a constant, ipadaplay na ln of 2x minus 2. Then ang invisible na 1 diri mo na tong i-integrate. So the integral of that is just y. Plus integral of 1 over y is just ln y. Then of course plus g of x. U is equal to y ln of, ato lang ibalin na, swap lang nato dira. Two x minus 2 then plus ln y plus g of x. So kanilang medyo tricky na part. Nana tayo value sa u na una, na po tayo value sa u na ikaduha. Pero pag pangitaon na to ang f of y o g of x, di ba, ito ay compare ang similarities. So for example, magsugod ta diri a. So kanina ba ni similar diri a? Diri a na value sa u, di ba wala. So kumbaga, kung wala siya, ato ang i-consider na ang f of y is equal to kung sina nabilin diri a. So y ln of 2x minus 2 plus ln of y. Pero magka-problema ta diri a because it should only contain the value or the variable y, but the answer contains the variable x. So mali na ni siya diri na part, diba? So napatay buhaton diri na side para ma-eliminate ni na problem. Okay? Tapos ang pamaagi na makuha na siya kay gamit tong mga logarithmic properties. So diri ato magkuha na, mag-modify. So kani siya actually kani na part ma-simplify pa na siya. So pag simplify ana, pwede siya may mong y ln of paggawas na to ang 2 times x minus 2 minus 1, ba? Ito lang gi-factor out ang 2. Then ani as is na ni. Unti mabuhat ana ang g of x. Then next, padayon na punta. Kanina part, pwede gyapon ni siya ma-simplify. So gamit gyapon ang logarithmic property. So di ba kung multiply ni siya, kumbaga nag-multiply man ni og kani. So sa katong naka-state sa logarithmic properties, kay pwede na to siya ma-separate gamit tong murag addition. Kumbaga, so y na siya. Yan, ana siya, ana diri. Kumbaga, may mo siyang ln 2 plus ln of x minus 1. Then this is just the same with this one. Gigamitan na nato siya og logarithmic property para mahimo siya inana. So dapat i-familiarize to ninyo na properties, okay? Kani as is na ni. Then simplify again. This is now ato pwede na to ma-distribute ang y. So ato ang gi-separate ang y kay ang sa logarithmic properties ng mga wala man say paki sa kaning tapad dira murag i-distribute pa man animo pag from inani to inani, so ma-distribute ang y. Yeah. So this is now y ln of 2 plus y ln of x minus 1 plus ln of y g of x. Wala pa, sorry. Ito, kani g of x. So ang main purpose na ito siyang gi-expound or simplify ba na ang tawag kay para pag compare na to unya matama na to ang values sa f of y and g of x. Okay? So since kanina mo na ni nanataan ni proceed na buta sa f of y. So find f of y and g of x. First, let's begin with f of y. So once again, naman ang f of y diri so diri ta magsugod. So ato ni kani naba ni siya kapareha diri sa ikaduha. So pag tanaw na to klaro na siya kapareha sis kani. So ma-cancel out na sila. Lang nabilin kani og kani mao ni atong ibutang sa f of y. So this is just y ln of 2 plus ln of y. Then as you can see, these values are in terms of y only. Wala na tong x na pareha tong ganiya. So therefore, tama na ni siya na solution. Next is g of x. Ito sa na reason. Okay, so since na diri ang g of x, diri ata magsugod na u. So kani na ba ni kapareha diri sa kaduhan first na u? So wala, as is lang. Kani na ba ni kapareha diri na u? So naa, which is kani pareha. So cancel out kumbaga. Kani last na ba ni kapareha sa diri na u? So wala, as is lang. So therefore, wala na nabilin diri di ba? Wala na nabilin diri kay na cancel out na ni. So therefore, ang value sa g of x is just 0. So since simpler man ang g of x compared to f of y, we are going to use this substitution right here. Na kay simple naman, i-plus naman yung 0. So makancel ang g of x, di ba? Para itong ganiya. Okay, so we are now going to find we can now find the value of u by using this u. Yan kaduha na u. So u is equals to y ln 2 plus y ln of x minus 1 plus ln of y plus g of x, which is 0, so wala na. So therefore, this is now the value of our u without the unknown arbitrary constants. Okay? So since u is equals to c, ito lang kopyahon ang value sa u. Kani is equal to this. So u is just y ln 2 plus y ln of x minus 1 plus ln y, then equate to c. So therefore, this is now the answer. Okay, so diri lang taman ang atuang lecture sa exact differential equation. The next topic is about non-exact differential equations. Okay?